So these are two traits I've realized that effective teams or groups of people have. So being a leader over the years, this is what I've noticed, and I've also read books about this, but I've certainly noticed this on teams that are very effective versus teams that have like a weird energy or something's off or just seems like you can't get things done. And this goes for, I coach wrestling, so this goes for wrestling teams. This goes for obviously business. Even if it's virtual, this goes for business. And also, if you have a family or friends, whatever. Like this goes for any group of people you're around. You could be at a dinner table, you could be in a car, talking to people. Like you're always in a group and groups behave certain ways. So the first sign of a healthy group that you can kind of facilitate is belonging cues. So the more belonging cues you can give to the group or have the group do amongst each other, that's, eye contact is a belonging cue, like intense eye contact is a sign. Talking about the future is a sign. So like whenever you talk about future events with the group, that's a sign that they belong. And so facilitating that, nicknames are good. Physical touch is good. And that kind of segues into my next point. So belonging cues are very, very important. My next point is safety. You want the group to feel safe. You want them to be able to express their ideas. So if I'm teaching a wrestling move and one of my kids doesn't get it, or he thinks something's wrong or something I'm teaching is against the rule set, I want him to be able to speak up. And so creating that environment, that space for them to share what they think is truth and actually have an open dialogue. So being a leader doesn't always look like yelling at people, telling them that they're wrong. This is super, super important. And this exists virtually. If you're hosting virtual meetings, you want your team to be able to tell you what's going wrong in the customer service inbox, what's going wrong, cold outreach, what's going wrong with product sourcing, like whatever little departments you have, you want them to be able to express the truth. And so you want to create this environment of safety where they feel like if they come to you or anybody in the group for that matter, that there's a mutual respect for truth or for the pursuit of truth. So belonging cues and holding the space for safety are two things that I've definitely witnessed being a leader especially in the last 5 years, being in a leadership position. Even with my family and I see these things. And then I read the book by Daniel Coyle. It's a book about teams, effective teams or something like that. Forget the exact name of it. Group or Culture Code is what it is. Amazing book. Check it out. He talks all about belonging cues and, being an effective leader. And it doesn't always look like, hey, you're wrong. That's actually what a leader does not look like. But sometimes it does. Sometimes good leaders get up in your face and it comes from a place of love and they say, hey, you up. You're definitely better than that. You should not have gotten pinned that match. What the and you say it from a place of love, and maybe you're talking to your team virtually, and you're like, I know you're so much better than that. What's going on? And there's an art to it, obviously. Or you could just be you could be a and be passive aggressive, and that would be way worse, and that's not facilitating safety at all. So there's an art to this, and I'm not perfect by any means, but I highly recommend checking out Culture Code by Daniel Coyle. Great book. Peace.